Hello and welcome to Shot About It with your host Tisa and
Candice, where we talk about shit and talk a lot of shit.
all right. And this week we are going to. It's just me and her. So if you wanted all the dirty raunchy stuff, come back next time. So this anything good? Okay, let's see. Oh man, we need to know what we're shotting about. This week I'm gonna shot about dropping my class. You guys don't even know what I'm. I know. We don't even talk very much.
Bleh.
So
what?
Yeah. So and what are you gonna shot about?
I'm shotting about. I guess. Oh my god, I've become a mom. Totally. I'm shotting about my very first craft fair. I have a booth in a new craft fair, and but I have all my crafty, spooky stuff that I don't think any of the mommies that are in that area might like. But hey, guess what? It's okay.
But it's also Halloween.
It's also Halloween. I have a bunch of spooky stuff, but it's like a bunch of like occult stuff, so I don't know if they'll like it.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll see.
Yeah, so I dropped the class. I don't see. I feel like we don't fucking talk very much anymore.
No, we don't. All you send me is TikToks, and then you tell me, why don't you look at my TikToks? Because, bitch, I don't talk to you. I don't talk to you all week, and then all you send me is a goddamn TikTok.
Well, that's pretty much all we do in the group chat now.
I send a TikTok in a response, because you bitches, like, all you guys send me is TikToks.
Ooh. That knee just popped. So I dropped my class. The one that I don't don't even feel like we talk. So anyways, it's a class that was just boring. And like the teacher would make us like search for it instead of like it being, this is really, ADD, stop.
Okay. Just talk about that one. Then we'll talk about my table.
It just like, so I just dropped the class because it was just like, And like tonight, it took me like 1 second to do the other test to come here. But I dropped the class because she wasn't involved. And I hate teachers that aren't involved. She just like throws shit at us and expects you to figure it out on your own. And with ADD, as you just saw, I just got fucking distracted with your table. Mm-hmm. That I need a little bit of a more help there. And like with the first test, she was like, this is not the way that I want it. Redo it. And then with the first post that I did with the writing, a paper that I wrote, she was like, this is not what I want, redo it. And I was just like, I'm not redoing this shit. I'm like,
it was it went towards the criteria.
Yeah, and she's like, where did you find this information? I'm like, you said that we had to pick something that was in the chapter, and this is in the chapter. I'm writing about it. I found a freaking article about it, and I wrote it. And
it just sounds like she was just being
nitpicking. I always get the teachers that nitpick, and it's fun. So I dropped it, and I like kept going back and forth. Should I drop it? Should I just keep putting forth the effort? And I just started not putting any effort in, because it was just
well that defeats the whole purpose of going back to school and doing all that stuff if you're just gonna like not really.
Yeah, I was avoiding the class.
Try so,
and I couldn't
that was pretty much. Like, the best thing you could have done was just drop that fucking class.
Yeah. Because it would go against my GPA, and my GPA's fucked up. So I was just like, I'm just going to drop it out. And so it's less work. And one of my other classes just ended. So I only have 2 courses to think about. And they're my 2 favorite ones, the criminal profiling and women in crime. So.
Oh, man, those are good ones. That's
hell yeah.
Amazing.
And I love my teacher. She works for the FBI.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah. She's obsessed with Ed Gein and like, I love her.
You love her.
Every class that I have with her, she always lists, like, I'll show you. She just puts a bunch of information about serial killers in every fucking class. And this is criminal profiling, and she just put the list again. And then last semester I had her for the sex crimes and serial killers, and she had that big ass list again. And all she talks about is Ed Gein. She's like, I know I bring him up in every class.
But this is Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Everything about this is Ed Gein.
Yeah. So, she's awesome. She works for the FBI, and it's awesome.
That's fucking freaking awesome. I wish I could just, like, look at a person and be like, I talk about serial killers all day, every day. I'll teach you everything about them. I should just go back to school.
You should. Somebody was like, are you criminally profiling me right now? I was like, no, I wasn't even thinking about it. Do you want me to? I was like, do you want me to
I would be that person, like, you're a sociopath.
And I am that person that does that.
You're a sociopath. You are so hard. Like, you don't even give a shit, do you? I already can tell you. And, like, just by listening to, like, true crime podcasts, I am definitely not anybody who should be diagnosing anybody, but, like, I can honestly, like, look at a person and sit there and talk to them and be like, you are a freaking sociopath. You are, you have no feelings whatsoever. It's gross.
Me and a friend were talking about that. I was like, some people's kids are going to grow up to be serial killers. And she was like, yeah, man. Oh, what are we shotting today?
I guess we should talk about what we're shotting about. Or shotting with, I should say. Okay, so a dear friend of mine who I work with gave me this bottle. I think he gave it to me after Christmas time because he was like, well, hey, I didn't give you anything for Christmas. So here's a freaking awesome bottle of Don Julio Reposado Claro. So it is a silver Reposado. And it is, I must say, it is actually very smooth. It's very great, amazing tequila because I don't like tequila. I am not a huge tequila fan.
Tequila makes me...
Well, I shouldn't say tequila makes me mean, but tequila makes me a little bonkers.
Me too.
But tequila makes my mom mean. That's like why I stopped drinking tequila, because I was always around my mom when I was drinking, so it like if mom had tequila, we were both like she would be mean and I'd be the hype man behind her. So it's just terrible.
She'd get in fights and you'd be like,
I'd be like, yeah, bitch, what? And the people like my nana, like, I told her to put the food away.
So you're doing a craft fair.
Yes, the craft fair.
You should give out the information to the people.
Okay, so it's October. It's next weekend. All right, so it's a craft fair, and it's my first ever. My friend from work, she kind of brought me into it because she does like skincare and all that kind of stuff, and another friend does like t-shirts and tumblers, whatever. So it's in the Garden Lakes community in Avondale.
My sister used to live there.
Yeah, so it's October 16th from 9 to 5. And it's just it's...
Is that a Saturday?
Yeah, it's next Saturday.
I don't think I have anything. Oh, work. Fuck.
Well, after you get off work, just come over and help me or come and look at all my stuff.
I work 6:30 to 3.
My other Teresa will be there.
Teresa. I love her. She's funny.
Yeah. She'll be there to help me because Sabrina is... she has to go to her niece's first birthday. So she's coming to help me set up and do all that kind of stuff.
Is she putting her shit up there?
Yep. So I gotta sell her shit too. Yeah. I don't know how to sell other people's stuff.
Yo, look at this bitch's shit. What do you think?
Like, no, it's full price. Don't even try and bargain with me. And then I don't sell anything, and I'm like, well, fuck, here's $40, dude. I don't even know.
Once you start doing it, you'll get used to it.
I don't know.
And you have to promote yourself.
Yeah, I do. I really do, because I really do like doing all my crafts and stuff.
And imagine not having to work and you can make money just off
my shit.
So all day long. That's all you.
Would be so awesome.
That's all you can do. That's my dream. Oh,
it was funny the other day at work when my coworker turned around and looked at me, and she's like,
"Every now and
then I fall apart." No, she looked at me and she goes, "Is it really bad that I'm looking at Indeed right now?" And I'm like, "Is it really bad that I already put in 2 other applications?"
Oh, wow.
But, I mean, I'm just having a backup plan because there's, like, something imploding in my plant at the moment. So, I'm just kind of like, I need a backup plan just in case some shit goes down and I don't know.
Yeah, I've been doing backup plans because I like this job, but it's also like, they can let you go at any time because it's like step by step. Like, okay,
yeah,
you did training. Let's see if you pass training, and then you're in red shirting. Let's see if you pass red shirting. Then when you're in red shirting, you're in regular on the floor. And if you don't pass that, you're not going to get hired. Then they're like, well, it's really hard to not get hired as well. It's really hard this, and I'm just like,
you're like, I just, can you just hire me?
Yeah, I'm just like, you're stressing me the fuck out. Like, I don't know if you're gonna do it or not. Shit, or get off the pot. So I've been applying.
That feels like a really very bad toxic relationship. If you think about it, it actually honestly feels like my last toxic relationship.
Same.
Like, it's just like, well, you didn't pass this test. You weren't crazy enough. Okay, I wasn't crazy enough. I got a little crazy. And then it was just like, now you're too fucking crazy and you're an emotional roller coaster and I have no idea what you're going to do. And I'm like, oh. Well, fuck. What am I supposed to do?
Just be single.
I figured I'll just be single.
That's what
I don't even know. And then, like, I did the whole, like, trying a dating app, and it just backfired so hard.
I don't think it was you. It was definitely him. That was weird.
I was just like, are you joking? Like,
see, it hasn't been that long since I've talked to you.
Like, yeah, no, but it was just, like, so insane. Like, the fact that, like, somebody could, like, okay, here was the thing. I feel like, no, I deleted the whole conversation because I was just, like, done with the whole situation. But, like, okay, so we exchanged phone numbers because we both didn't check the app, like, as currently as we probably should have. So we actually missed connections a couple times. And I was like, okay, well... And he said, okay, well, I'll give you my number so that we don't miss connections anymore. We just do it this way. And I said, okay, perfect. That's great. Like, I'm not going to be the first one that's going to be like, oh, hey, here's my number, sucker. Like, you stuck with me now. And it was like the first night. He was already calling me babe.
What?
And I was like, babe, excuse me? And he goes, oh, sorry. I just have it in my mind that, like, once we see each other in person, you're not going to need a dating app anymore. And I was like, ugh. That was the first flag. That was the first flag for me. And then we kept going. And this was just like, this isn't one night. This is literally within 2 days of me connecting with this guy. So that same night, we're talking and like, I was kid free. So I had like a couple drinks and whatnot. So I'm sitting here and I'm crafting and doing all my shit for the craft fair. And he's like, well, would you mind sending me a picture? I'm like, yeah, no problem. He goes, I just want to know that you're the person in the picture. I'm like, hey, that's good. So I took a picture. He's like, hey, you're the person in the picture. And I'm like, oh,
you're
what?
With the newspaper of today's day.
I'm all, would you like me to also, like, fucking, yeah, tell you who's, like,
do you need me to put a spoon on my head?
Yeah. And I was just like, whatever. And then, I was like, well, are you going to send me one? Because I need to know if you're you.
Oh, Gross.
And he goes,
Did he send a dick?